G'day boys and girls, it's Colin here back for another week of assemblies. But today we're going to go to Newton Ards. We're going to find a statue about a man called Blair Mayne. He was a champion soldier, he was a boxer, he played rugby, and we're going to learn all about him. So if you're a boxer or a swimmer, you might look like this. In, right, out, right, up, right, down, right, happy all the time. 3 times through. Oh, stop. That's the end of that song. Are you ready to see the boxer? Here we go, all the way to Newton Ards. County down. Today, boys and girls, we're in Newton Ards, and here we'll come across a statue. Every time you come to a town or a village and there was somebody famous from that area, you'll often see a statue to their name. And I love to just to read about them and just to find a lesson. But this man here was called Blair Mayne, and he was a soldier. But growing up, he loved to play sport. He was very fit, he was very active, and he went to Queen's University to study law. So he was very, very smart. But he became a soldier, and he worked his way up through being a soldier. But while he was at school, he loved sport, and especially the sport of rugby, playing for Ireland. But as he became a soldier, he realised he was very smart and very, very fit. And that's the two of the main things you need to be a soldier: very smart and also very fit. Not only was he a normal soldier, but he became an elite soldier, namely an SAS soldier, Special Air Service for the British soldiers. That's one of the best soldier outfits in all of the world. There are many, many soldiers who fear the SAS, or many groups, paramilitary groups or illegal organisations. Whenever the SAS come in to fight against them or to work against them, they fear them because they're absolutely brilliant at what they do. And this soldier here, Blair Mayne, was a soldier during the World War II. Born in 1915, and sadly at the age of 40, he died in a car accident. But his life, he was an absolute brilliant soldier. During his funeral, it was the largest ever attended in the town of Newton Ards. Thousands came to pay their respect to this man being a soldier. He was a soldier in Africa, all over Europe. He was travelling, he was brilliant. Not just him, but his peers, his colleagues, other soldiers were brilliant, and they made the British Army so proud because of what they were able to do. During the World War, they defeated Germany, and he was one of the leading commanders in the SAS to make sure they defeated Germany and the World War ended. So we owe our gratitude to soldiers such as this. Many have never heard of this soldier, and yet we remember him today as we walk around and see his statue. And I think about a book. He was nicknamed Paddy because he came from Ireland. If you travel the world and tell people you're from Northern Ireland, they will often call you Paddy. But he was a brilliant soldier, and he carried a book, and I often wonder, what was that book? And that reminds me, when I travel the world or travel anywhere, I like to take my wee book. And my wee book is the Bible, because quite often the soldiers would have a little book with them, and that book was the New Testament, a little book called the Bible, a little book about God, and that's so important. But I think not only in history do we learn about soldiers, but in the Bible, in the book called the Bible that we're thinking about, one of the greatest soldiers ever there was a soldier called David. David was just a normal boy. This man started off life as a baby, as a child, as a boy. David in the Bible was a normal boy, but he was a brilliant boy because he was fearless. These soldiers are fearless. They fear nobody. They fear nothing. They will do anything to defeat the enemy. And quite often these men are trained in the SAS to travel across deserts for days without food. They can live in the jungle. They can disappear and you can't even find them because they're so good at their job. their job is to infiltrate the enemy, and they will smash and wreck the enemy to conquer them, to make sure they win the battle. So they're geniuses. David and his peers, his friends, if you read the book of Samuel, all about the life of David, he started off as a shepherd protecting the sheep, but he was fearless. One day a bear came to attack a sheep. He challenged the bear, he attacked the bear, and he killed the bear with his bare hands just to rescue the wee lamb. Another day a lion came, he attacked the lion. That was me or you would run for your life, but he ran towards the lion and he attacked it with his bare hands just to protect that little sheep. Because if he didn't, the lion and the bear would keep coming back, eat all his sheep until there'd be no sheep left. And David also would go and live in the mountains, in the caves, and King Saul would send 10,000 soldiers just to find David. But David was as good as an SAS soldier because they couldn't find him. One day David was in a cave hiding, and the king came in, and David could have killed the king with his knife, but he didn't. He just cut a piece of his clothes. And whenever the king woke up and walked down the mountain, David shouted, "Yo-ho! King Saul! King Saul! Have you lost something?" And he says, "Look," and he held a piece of his robe just there with him. He said, "I could have killed you, but I never, because I respect you, because you are the king, and I respect and honour you." But he couldn't trust the king because the king was so jealous. Jealousy is a terrible thing. We shouldn't be jealous of good soldiers or people who are really, really gifted and talented. We should be happy for them, pleased for them, proud of them. Instead of being, some people are jealous of other people's gifts, talents and abilities, and the only person who gets affected when you're jealous is you. It's not the person. So if God has given you a gift, use it. This man was gifted to be a soldier. When he was young, he was a rugby player. He was really smart. He could have been a lawyer or a professional sportsman, but he gave his life and his dedication to being a soldier for his country, and he was promoted right up through the ranks to joining the SAS. The most elite of all the soldiers in the British Army is the SAS. Absolutely brilliant at what they do. So Newtownards today is remembered all those years ago, way back to the First World War, of this man. You can read all about him, called Paddy, or called Mayne, whatever you want to call him. He's reminded for being a brilliant soldier to bring us freedom. We can walk through Newtownards today, all of the towns, villages, cities in Northern Ireland, and really enjoy them peacefully because of men like this who fought for us to protect us. And I really, really appreciate soldiers who have done that for our freedom. So you can learn all about him. If you look it up, he's called Blair Mayne. Just a normal boy. He loved it. He was born in Newtownards and loved to live around here, and then he became a brilliant soldier. One of the best soldiers, in fact, in the world, and certainly Northern Ireland and British history. A champion, and he would bring his soldiers with him. He was a great leader, and he inspired many other young men to join the army and to come along and to fight for the country. So God needs people today, inspirational people, to lead countries for the good and for the better. And one of the greatest soldiers in the Bible for me, of course, was David. He had many enemies, but he was a champion for God and a champion for the people. So that was a really good one. I really enjoyed that one about the soldier. So I thought we'd sing the soldier song, or the song about soldiers, "I May Never March in the Infantry." Here we go. Did I see SpiderMan? Did you see Spider-Man? No, it's not. He's not there. Where? No, no Spider-Man. Spider-Man! Where's Spider-Man? He's not there. Spider-Man's... I can't see Spider-Man. Where's Spider-Man? Where? That's Superman. Spider-Man's not where? Hey, can you see Spider-Man? Where? Hello, Spider-Man. You need your glasses on. You've got a cowboy, you've got soldiers and Superman. No Spider-Man. Ah, you're thinking of Banana Man. Here. Oh, Spider-Man. Okay. Spider-Man, where? Where's Spider-Man? Not there. You need your glasses on. Eyesight tested. Where's Spider-Man? Spider-Man here? Where? I can't see Spider-Man. There? Where? No Spider-Man. Sorry. Anyway, I'm away. See you next time. Spider-Man! Where's Spider-Man? Bye. Get back to your schoolwork. Spider-Man? No Spider-Man. See you. Bye.